guys, it's Kate. Welcome back to my channel, and today is the, what date is it?
16th.
The 16th, thank you, of June. Yes, I am a little out of mind at the moment, and that is because tomorrow on the 17th I will be going into hospital for the first out of 2 of my operations, but due to the virus going around everywhere, I can't have more than one person with me in the hospital. So for my entertainment this evening, I have Dion with me again. No. I'm going to put this here. Okay. So we're currently by the lovely fire that I have in my home, and to ease my anxiety, because my anxiety is bad.
Fair enough, it's a stressful thing.
Yes, it is a stressful thing. We are getting Dion up to date in the world of BTS.
I'm learning much.
So, we are staying downstairs because the reactions are going to be loud and we don't know how long this will take, and so we're going to see how it goes. My goal is to show her all 103 episodes, but we will see how far we go. We will see. We're at the very beginning of the series, which is nostalgic for me because it's back in 2015, but Diana's learning all the inside jokes, which is great because she'll be actually able to understand the K-pop communication that happens in our friendship group. So this is the first of many updates through the night. Currently, what time is it currently? Do you have your...
It is
9:24 p.m. currently. So there might be updates throughout the night showing us how we are doing. Don't expect too much from this video. It's not going to be that good. It's just going to show how I am preparing for a surgery, especially one that I've never done before. I'm used to the operations to remove tumors and that type of stuff, but I've never had a surgery that involved liposuction. So to somewhat speed up the healing process of my head, they are taking 10 milliliters of fat from my stomach and inserting it in the zone. Is that the right word? The zone? The zone of where my operations were, to give the skin more fat, because through chemotherapy and the 2 rounds of radiation I've gone through in my lifetime, that area has little to no fat left, which makes it very weak and delicate. And so the plastics team, because we're working with a team of plastics, which are plastic surgeons, I should probably say, are working with the neurology team, who are the normal people that work on patients such as myself. And they're working together to not only create a new skull for me, which will be in an upcoming video, but also create safer option for my skin, because it is very delicate and we don't want another infection. Did you?
No more sepsis, please.
No more sepsis. No more sepsis. How do you remember the name of the thing?
I have a nurse mother. I remember all sorts of strange names.
Yeah, but also like other family members such as my nana and my godmother and my cousins and everybody else there, my aunt and uncles, have all been sending wishes to make sure tomorrow goes well. So we're gonna go back to educating Dion in the world of BTS. Please keep in mind, BTS is not the only group I listen to. I listen to a bunch of other boy groups such as EXO, Infinite, SHINee, Super Junior, Monster X. Like, I listen to a whole bunch of them. I'm not just a BTS fan, which is why I will talk about them the most, if not the only ones I will talk about. So we'll see you guys in a bit for our next update. Alright, so the time currently is 11:51. We're doing well, but sadly it has reached the point I am not allowed to eat anything from 12 onwards, which means no breakfast before the operation. I need food. I get really bad stomach aches when I don't eat in the morning when I wake up, especially when I smell food, and the fact that my brother's going back to school means he'll be up early, which means he'll have his breakfast made for him early, and then you need to eat. So
I don't really usually eat breakfast anyway, or I do quite late. So
oh, great! We can watch more of
I won't be eating
this.
in solidarity with you.
And our quest to watch every single BTS episode, we are up to episode 16 out of 104 because while we were watching them, BTS released a new one. I love them, I do.
They're adding to the challenge.
But they're adding to the challenge. So the good thing is that Diane has seen a few of these already. So
we can skip them, yeah.
We're skipping the ones that she's already seen, but it's going to be interesting. I'm excited. I can't eat any more food, which is really sad because I love food. So we're going to continue watching until we pass out. I'm not saying that people should do this. I'm saying I'm doing this because I've never stayed up late.
It's a special circumstance thing.
I've never.
We do not recommend all-nighters in normal situations.
Even in high school, I never pulled an all-nighter, and that was just because I know, even though you have so much homework you need to get done, your mental health that you gain from sleeping is more important.
For sure.
And so I've never had a full nighter. I've stayed up pretty late finishing homework, but never the full night. And so knowing that I will be completely knocked out with drugs tomorrow, I'm not too fussed about getting not enough sleep. I do know that it's a different type of sleep I'll be in. I won't be like fully rested, but I want to experience staying up an entire night, and I thought this would be a good opportunity, knowing that I will be knocked out for a good hour at least tomorrow. So we're going to continue watching the episode number 16. I'm already getting hungry. You can hear the noises, but
you technically have 5 minutes left if you want to eat a quick snack.
No, I can't, because the snack I'll want to eat, I won't finish in that time pan.
Okay.
So the next check-in would probably be morning-ish, maybe between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. And then the next check-in will be when we start hearing people walking up and down the stairs, because we are currently in the downstairs bedroom where Diane stayed for Supernova, and so I wanted to be in here because I knew we were going to do this, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to be irritating my parents and my brother and my cat, who is not happy with me. She hates visitors. So next check-in will be in 3-4 hours. So yeah, we'll see you then. Let's go. Okay, so we just packed everything. I'm taking my blue fluffy blanket with me with all my chargers, my DS, my games, headphones, other electronic things in here. I did decide in the end to take my computer, and that's purely because there's some editing I need to do and finish up before uploading a video tonight, which is not this video, it's a different one, but I need to get it over and done with, and so I want to make sure that's okay. I'm gonna go change my top so that it's easier for doctors to get me in and out of the clothes, but I'll have to pack my fluffy socks. Almost forgot fluffy socks. Other than that, we're all good to go. If I can, I will get a video in the hospital before I go in. It'll be on my phone and not this, because this camera is big, clunky, over the top, not needed. So depending when, if I'm able to get video in the hospital, I'll see you in the hospital. If not, I'll see you afterwards when I can stuff my face again.
Yes.
Okay, so the time is currently 10:17 and we are at the hospital. I have my little bed in a massive room with 3 other beds, but those kids are either recovering or in surgery now or heading to surgery. So it's just me, I'm the last one waiting, which I'm completely fine with. I'm very patient, but I am getting hungry. I am getting very, very hungry. And I can't wait till I can have food afterwards. But I will be brave and survive that. What's great is that I brought my computer because I knew we'd have to be waiting long either way, and they have free Wi-Fi here, so I'm catching up on episodes of One Piece, which I love, and I feel happy being able to watch One Piece. My friend Amy has been messaging me, telling me that if I need a distraction to talk to her about BTS. We dropped Diane off at her home on the way here, so she's hopefully going to eat something and get some sleep, because we were up really late last night trying to calm my anxiety. Probably the next time I do a video, most likely it'll either be in the recovery area or at home, depending what we're able to do. Because if there's lots of kids in the same room as me and they're all there at the same time and they're all making noises, then I won't film, because I don't want to catch glimpses of their conversations and everything. That's like invasion of privacy, I believe. So we'll see which one ends up happening. If it is the one at home, it'll most likely be in the afternoon. But they said when they first came in we had an hour to 2 hour wait, probably an hour wait now. So we're getting closer, and we've had people come and talk to us, so it definitely is like only now sinking in that this is happening. But we'll see how we go within the next hour or so. Hi guys, so it's the day after the operation. I am in a lot of pain. I didn't film anything last night because I didn't think it was necessary. I was so exhausted, so tired. I just went straight to sleep. I remember what happened when I came out of the operation. I woke up and then I went back to sleep for 30 minutes. I was absolutely exhausted, but they did a really good job, I believe. My head's a little sore. It stings a little bit where the site was. I'm going to put a picture up here to show you all what my head looked like, but it was really sore. It still is really sore. They took more fat from my stomach, as I was told. They had planned to take 10 milliliters, I think that's what they said, of fat, but they ended up taking more out and inserting 11 milliliters into my skull. No, not my actual skull, but like the area surrounding the skull, so where my operations are. So I'm going to show you what my stomach looks like. A little warning, it is a little gross, it's very bruised, very bruised, but it'll give you a view of what it looks like right now. Alright, so excuse, this is what my stomach looks like. Very bruised. So what they did, you can't really see it, but right here at the bottom, there is a, right here above, just there, there's a sticky mark, right? And that is actually the only stitch they used. So they opened up in my belly button and basically they prodded around using a type of suction tool, I would believe, to get all the fat from my stomach. Now, it is bloated because of the operation, but that's what you would expect from operations like this. It is very sore, very bruised. I believe all these little dots are probably like burst blood vessels, which I wouldn't be surprised about because it's like the pressure and everything inside. But it's very sore, but it's not as bad as it was last night. Last night it was a lot more painful, but it's still difficult to sit down, difficult to stand up. I have to be really careful when I move, because if I move too quickly then it's like really painful. But this is what it looks like. It's a little gross and I apologize for that, but you guys should probably know what I'm going through, like as I'm talking about it and showing you all. But this is what my stomach now looks like, and it will look like this for a while. This is what to expect with any cosmetic surgery: bruising, swelling, and just pain. So just keep that in mind. I took videos in the hospital. I did ask permission beforehand, just keep that in mind. I did ask permission. I asked the nurse that was with me and I told her my situation. I told her about how I'm making my channel to help educate those around me. She gave me permission. She said no people in, no other patients, no important, what's the word, tools, I think. And I obliged to that. And so the video beforehand was me actually in the hospital. I didn't take anything after, I didn't take any videos after the hospital, but I did respond to Amy and Diane because I promised them a response, especially Diane, because originally Dion was going to come with me to the hospital, but then we got told that only one parent could be there, and so we dropped her home beforehand. I woke up as quickly as I fell asleep. I remember we get pushed in little trolley cars, and it was like a bed on a trolley, which is super duper fun. And there were 2 other kids ahead of me, so I had a little bit of wait, and while I was waiting I watched One Piece. It's one of my favorite animations, so I basically watched Netflix the entire time. And every time a surgeon would, like an actual plastic surgeon, one of the people that would be working on you, came and took the other 2 patients in, and then they took me in. I was the last one to the plastics all day, so that was pretty ironic. But he came and got me, and we went in. I was wearing a medic operation gown, so the white operations gown you see in movies, I was wearing that. We went in, I saw my plastic person as we were going around the corner into like the little waiting room, and then the operation theatre. And so we were in the little waiting room that would like be the room they put me asleep in, so that's where all the anesthetic was. But there was another waiting room beforehand where the the person who's in charge of the anesthetic, which is the stuff that puts you to sleep, came out and talked to me. And she told me what was happening, and we told her anything that was important. But they almost put a needle in my hand to inject some of the stuff to help me fall asleep, I'm pretty sure. I don't even know what they injected, but I knew it was important. They know what they're doing. And we were able to divert it to the crook of my elbow. So this part of my arm, I don't know, is it the crook of your elbow? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm still a little, but so she injected that, and I remember she was really super duper nice. And we went in, mum came in with me, so she was wearing the hairnet, and she was wearing a covering cloth. But she came in with me and stayed with me until I fell asleep. But I remember we went round the corner into the room, and I saw one of the plastic surgeons that I had met that was in charge of me and looking after me, and I'm like, oh, look who's here. And I don't know if he smiled or not because I had turned the corner already, but I heard some people laughing, which was nice. So they were really nice. They were talking to me, which was great. I remember the person in charge of the anesthetic was shocked with how good I was with needles. I remember one of the other girls I was talking to while they were doing other things, I think she took my blood pressure and stuff. So the needle was in this arm, blood pressure and everything was in this arm. And so she was talking to me while doing her blood pressure, and she asked me what I had been doing waiting, and I told her I was watching One Piece. And she watches One Piece, so she was really like, oh my gosh, you watch One Piece kind of thing. And we were talking about it for a while, and she asked me what episode I was on. I'm like, oh, I'm up to episode 80, maybe 60 something, I can't remember what I said. And she goes, oh, I'm on episode 300. I have a long way to go with One Piece, but that was really nice. And then they put the mask around my face, and apparently I was out in less than a minute. I think that's a good thing, but I'm not sure. But then I went into the operation. Mum went back to the waiting room where all our stuff was and waited for me. And then I was taken to another room. I would assume it's another waiting room, when like the ICU type room where the nurses look after you when you're waking up from procedures. I remember I woke up and I was like lying on my side, and I was like really sore. For some bizarre reason, this arm was folded across my stomach, which is not normal for me. I normally, if I have a needle in my arm, which I still had at that time, I refuse to move the arm. I remember when I woke up from my coma, I had both arms had needles in them, hands had needles in them, like I looked like a pincushion. And I refused to move my arms. I would only talk. I'm like, I'm not moving my arms, because even though there's no metal when they take the needle, when they do needles, there's like a thin layer of plastic over the actual needle, and they just use the needle to puncture the skin. And they insert the needle as well as the plastic, and then they just take the needle out, leaving the plastic in. And that's how needles basically work. And so I knew there's just plastic in there, but I still don't want to move my arm. Yet I wake up with my arm across my chest and my stomach, and I was like, that's weird. But the nurse that was sitting next to me, she was really nice. Like, she was talking to me a little bit, and I was really out. And she was like, do you want some more sleep? And I was like, yes, more sleep. And I was like in a light sleep for the next 30 minutes. And I think it was because Dion and I choosing to stay up until 4:30 in the morning. 3:30. We stayed up till 3:30 in the morning. But if it's something, I've never stayed up that late, and so it was like a bucket list type thing. But I did feel very refreshed from the sleep and everything. And so after my 30-minute light sleep power nap, I want to call it, because I could hear other kids in the recovery area with me. I woke up a little bit more. I was rubbing my eyes. I was like getting awake, and one of the nurses was like, "Do you want me to get your mom?" I'm like, "Yes, please." And so mom came in, and it was 1:15 roughly when I woke up. Well, when she came in it was 1:15, so that gives an idea of like the time span. I went into operation 11:30, that time frame, and I woke up at, mum came in to see me at 1:15, so definitely the shortest procedure I have ever had. But I think they did a really good job, and now we'll just have to recover and deal with bruising for a while. Before I was discharged though, I did have to eat something, and so they took me back to the room I was in. There were no more kids there. I was the only one there. We got some food and everything. I don't normally eat hospital food. I'm very, very picky, especially with how gross hospital food can be. I'm sure there are some people out there that love it, but I hate hospital food. I hate it so much. And so I remember we had sandwiches brought to us. Can't remember by who. My memory for this part is very, very foggy, but I was given sandwiches. I had the Vegemite and butter sandwich, and then I ate the ham out of the ham and butter sandwich, but I didn't eat anything else. I refused to eat any of the other sandwiches. I did have some custard, because custard's like a must when I'm in hospital now. It's become my go-to meal. What else did I eat? I had Savoy crackers, you know those little salty crackers? I had some of those because I can stomach those at this time. And I didn't have an icy pole. I was given an icy pole because my throat was really sore because I was incubated, I think that's how you say it. Because when you're asleep you have a tube in your throat helping you breathe. I had a sore throat because of that, but I don't remember. I don't think I had the icy pole. I'm not a huge fan of lemonade icy poles. But you had to eat before you were discharged, and then once I was discharged I came home and the pain was so bad I kicked Dad out of his bed because I feel safer going to sleep knowing I have a parent next to me, and no matter how big the operation, I think it's just a comfort thing for me, and luckily my parents are very aware of that, and so Dad was completely fine with that. But being the second day, still sore. I'm better than before. My throat isn't that sore, but it does feel it sounds a little hoarse. Stomach still hurts and head stings every once in a while, but that's to be expected when you get pricked and poked by needles that aren't meant to be in that part of your body. But to step forward, I've decided I'm gonna make this part of my life a little series, because there's still a lot more we have to do leading up to the main surgery. I don't have any videos of me getting my thing made, but this is just the beginning. Fingers crossed it all goes well.